Blackwell and Dominic DeNucci comprising a great threesome indeed, not to take anything away from the opposition they will face in the six-man tag team match. The opposition of Spiros Arion, Eric and Pierre, the Yukon Lumberjacks. Scheduled to compete on an individual basis in a most unique match indeed, the Texas Bull Rope match, with the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and superstar Billy Graham settling the score once and for all. But right now, let's bring on the #1 contender in the Worldwide Wrestling Federation. Let's bring on Crusher Blackwell, along with his manager, the Grand Wizard of Wrestling, and the date drawing closer and closer with that in mind. And with the magnanimity of this whole thing in mind, Crusher Blackwell, are you perhaps getting a few butterflies with anticipation?
The only butterflies I'm getting is just trying to figure out what I want to beat the world champion with. I know he's tough, he's rough, he's got to be. He's the world champion. He's beat some of the greatest wrestlers in the world today. He's beat Billy Graham. He's beat Koloff. He wears a belt that one of the greatest wrestlers of all time wore. He's got to be great. But I am the greatest, the best looking, the strongest, the fastest wrestler in the world today. So how can he beat me? You stand down here talking about Andre the Giant like he's some god. Well, what do you think I am? I'm the greatest wrestler that's ever stepped inside that squared circle. And when I get you in the ring, Backlund, I'm going to take the belt from you. I'm going to whoop you like I whoop my yard dogs. And then I'm going to give the belt to the Wizard, the greatest manager in the world.
A confident Crusher Blackwell, confident that indeed in this Philadelphia Spectrum he will become champion. Perhaps he will. Let's bring on now, if we may, Mr. Bob Backlund, and discuss what is it with this man that makes him so confident. Obviously, he has tremendous abilities. We've seen him leap from the top rope, crushing opponents, literally as well as figuratively, breaking ribs and cracking ribs and things of that nature. And if that happens to you, Bob, if he can get you in that position or a power slam, you're in trouble.
Yes, he does have some devastating moves, and he does have a great, great record, and that's probably what gives him all his confidence. You know, you keep winning, and you keep winning, it builds up, and it builds up, and keep getting more confident and more confident, and that's what gets you to the championship, and that's what's got him this far, and I know I'm going to have my hands full. He's put a lot of people in the hospital from the different moves, like jumping off the rope onto guys, slamming them, coming down on them with all that weight. He's hurt a lot of people and put a few people out of professional wrestling, and I know I'm going to have my hands full. It's going to be a tough one.
And, you know, one of the aspects of Crusher Blackwell that makes him such a tough opponent is not only his size and his enormous power and weight and things of that nature, but, well, I don't know whether you have seen Crusher Blackwell drop kick or not, but Crusher Blackwell has, on occasion, drop kicked. As a matter of fact, on one occasion, he drop kicked Haystacks Calhoun over the top rope one time to win a match over the super heavyweights.
Well, that's what's going to make this match very, very interesting, and it's going to make it very, very competitive. He does have a lot of moves, and he does use a lot of different things, and he's going to be surprising the man. He's maybe even surprise me. I'm just going to have to keep my eyes open, be watching him every minute of the match, and hope to keep the belt where it's at.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bob Backlund, hopeful of retaining the Worldwide Wrestling Federation Championship. Let's bring on superstar Billy Graham, and Superstar's fervent hope that what you're looking at will once again pull him through, as it has so many, many, many times, the enormous power possessed and those python-like arms.
Pull me through. That's a good, what do they call those little play on words? Pull me through, since we will be attached to ropes and we will be pulling one against another. A tug of war, you might say. Who is the strongest at tug of war? Pulling, pushing, and shoving. The American Dream.
Now, let me interrupt you just for a moment. Not only the pulling power and strength, but it's how you handle that rope. The rope could perhaps be wrapped around your throat, around a limb of a nature. It could break. This is one of the most devastating, one of the most, well, it is a grueling type match.
Are you trying to psych me out? Are you, Mr. Man Jr., trying to psych out the Superstar?
Superstar at the Spectrum.